So today, Jaquil and I. Well, I'm Amanaman. This is Jaquil, and we're
Our
talking
real
about.
names are David and Eden. I'm David. That's Eden.
And today
And
we're
our YouTube channel names are K Archer Figures. That's me. And Eden's Figure Collection. That's Eden.
today we are going to be talking about the mini Galaxy Hole line.
That's not a line, bro.
It's that's what we're going to be talking about.
Yeah, but we're not talking about the mini Galaxy Hole line. There's not a line called the mini Galaxy Hole.
I didn't say it was called that. I said
You said we're talking.
Well, let's start at the beginning when I found a mini Mask figure. Which, quick backstory if you don't know who Mask is. Mask is basically a knockoff of Sun Gold's Galaxy Warriors Baltard. It's kind of a knockoff. Sun Gold reused the mold in their wrestler line.
Yeah.
And
then that was knocked off.
And that was knocked off by Wrestling Champs and many other lines. And the same molds that those lines used, whatever line this was used, and made a miniature version of Mask. And so I dug deeper, and we found this two whole lines. The main line and then the wrestling line. So I guess we'll talk about the main line first then. Which you actually just got a figure of. Jaquil?
What? So originally, how far have you gotten?
Oh my gosh. I've just gotten I found this mask, and we found out that there was two lines. One line which was the main line, and one line which was the wrestling line. And then
that's not true. There's three lines. Okay. Eden's got this all wrong.
That's not no.
Just kidding. Not all wrong, but
bro.
Anyway, so he found them with the one mask and did a little bit of research and found an image that in the background had a Muscle Warriors logo, which is a really early Muscle Warriors logo. It was knocking off
the Galaxy
Warriors logo,
well as the Galaxy Heroes logo, but just Warriors.
But in that photo, in the image, it didn't have it didn't have the mask or like any other wrestling like line. It didn't have. Well, originally we just found out it didn't have the mask, so the mask was in some other sort of line. And we realized that the way to fake that, like the way to know if a line was mini or not, or if a figure was mini or not, is if the belt had a certain thing on it, which was dots.
Yes, that is a very easy way to tell if the eBay list or whatever it is doesn't clearly state that it is miniature.
Yeah, then you can know.
Yeah, but this early Muscle Warriors photo showed some, off to the side, some like generic lizards, bugs, or whatever little toys, snakes, I think. And it also showed Underworld
Warriors. 6 skeletons. I don't know what those are, but those are
skeleton or Underworld Warriors, which were released separately. Then there were 2 Muscle Warrior figures. The Tiger Man, I believe, was actually released as like Galaxy something. I think.
Tiger Man was weird, and then it was the Dragoon that looks identical to the regular Dragoon.
Yes, and then there were
and it also included minis.
The minis, which were Baltard, Spikes, Huck, Magnon. This one guy we don't know, and then
he has a beard and like a red helmet.
Yeah, and then a figure that character figures here, or Jaquil here, actually picked up,
which is Mini Thor. It's a great figure. It has like a purple helmet. It has like red. It looks like Thor with a purple helmet and loincloth. It's a really interesting looking figure. I actually wouldn't mind that figure non-mini, but that is not a thing.
Yeah, pretty cool. And so that's basically what we know so far, or what we knew so far, was that it looks like they were released as Muscle Warriors. But what is this mask? Was it just another figure in the line? I mean, it didn't show all of the actual Muscle Warriors figures. It just showed a Tiger Man and Dragoon. So that's what we thought for a little bit until Jaquil here helped us find, or helped me find,
some
by carded treasures of those lost temples warriors.
Yeah, which is another mini line. But these ones had it had the same card as Treasure of the Lost Temples Warriors, but instead of having a regular figure in it, it just had the mini figures. So
Yeah.
it's a redevelopment in what we knew. And then upon doing a little bit more research, we found some Instagram posts, and one of them had a whole bunch of different figures, minifigures, and one of them was a Jimmy Snuka.
Yes, and after doing even more image searching and everything, we
Or an
also found
Iron Sheik.
we found an Iron Sheik, a Hulk Hogan, a Big John Stud, and
We believe it could be not Big John Stud, but it looks really.
no, it was Big John Stud. It uses the exact same head mold and coloring as the Big John Stud from like Wrestling Champs.
Well, yeah, but still, we don't even know if that is Big John Stud. That's the one figure that I'm never like completely certain.
Well, everybody who like lists it on eBay and everybody says it's Big John Stud. So yeah, it's Big John Stud. Yeah, and then we found this one guy with a helmet, weird like gray helmet, silver helmet, and red like chest piece. Very interesting. We don't know much about him at all, but we know there must be a wrestling line because there's all these wrestling figures, and that must be what Mask is from. But we have not found any of them carded.
Yeah. So my theory, which I don't actually think Eden has heard yet. I just sort of thought of this recently, like today. So there's another line called Wrestling. I think it's Champions. That has the whole Wrestling Champions has a bunch of different subsets. And one of them is minifigures. Not the exact same minis, but style minis.
Yes, yeah.
So what I'm thinking is that since those minis also released as Treasure of those Lost Temples Warriors, then maybe they're also a subset of Wrestling Champions.
There could be, but I haven't found any.
You haven't found any? That does not mean that they don't exist.
I know. I'm not making any assumptions yet. I'll
believe that. I just think
that is your theory. Yeah, because the Wrestling Champions has their own minis, which are very similar to the regular Treasures of those Lost Temples Warriors minis, which are not the same style at all as the minis we're talking about.
Yeah. Very different.
Yeah, and then there was a mini He-Man that I found, which is very interesting.
And there's other Boltard.
Yes, another Boltard, very similar, possibly the same Boltard that was in the Treasures of those Lost Temples Warriors or Muscle Warriors, but it was painted like Mask. This could very possibly be a regular Boltard just painted, but I don't know why someone would do that. It may just actually be another version of a Mask figure in that line.
Would not surprise me.
Yeah. So, very interesting.
that's pretty much where we are right now.
Yeah, I mean, they don't really got anything else in the minis. They're pretty freaking cool.
Yeah, they're really cool figures.
Definitely. I guess we've got a little bit of extra time if we want to talk about anything else.
I don't really got anything. There's nothing really. I mean, what else is there to talk about?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Go check out our YouTube channels, Character Figures and Eden's Figure Collection. We both have our own video on the minis. May have more information, but this was a summary.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for watching.